Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing today? Hope you all are doing wonderful. As always, hope you all are doing wonderful, wonderful. So we're here on a Tuesday morning, and I'm not really feeling that well today. I've been a little under the weather lately. And with me being under the weather, it got me to thinking, right? That not only am I under the weather, but your credit scores are under the weather too. Your credit scores are sick, and your credit scores are stopping you from having the financial future for you and your family that you deserve. And so let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about the cure to having better credit scores. So as you all are jumping in, just say hey, Jerry. Don't be shy. Just say hey. Let me know your name, where you guys are tuning in from. We're streaming this in a couple of places, so just let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. We're going to talk more about how you're going to bring your credit scores back to life, how you're going to breathe life into your credit score so that you can start getting approved for those homes, those cars, those credit cards, and just ultimately transform your lifestyle. And so if you're one of those people that's tired of letting your credit scores get in the way of you getting the best of the best, if you're tired of getting denied, you're tired of getting rejected, you're ready to turn it all around, then we're going to talk about that today. In fact, I'm going to give you the three phases to rapidly rebuild and transform your credit scores all together. So if this is the first time you guys have ever been on any of my videos before, my name is Jerry Tolliver. I'm the CEO of Fly Credit, where we help you have better credit, better opportunities, and a better lifestyle. And so the funny thing is, prior to me actually getting started with Fly Credit, starting this company, I had really, really bad credit scores. I had a 545 credit score. I was struggling to get approved. I was getting denied left and right. And whatever I did get approved for was loaded in high interest rates and fees. And a lot of people don't realize that those interest rates and fees are robbing you blind. They're robbing you blind. They're sucking away at your ability to save. They're sucking away at your ability to even invest. It's sucking at your ability to go take some trips with your family. And so it's really time that we start waging a war on these interest rates. We start waging a war on all these high deposits. We start waging a war on all these hidden fees that's sucking away your ability to really do something different with your finances. I was speaking at a conference over this weekend for ministers and leaders. And one thing that really, really stood out to me was that we in our community are not very savvy when it comes to money. We're not very savvy when it comes to credit. And I get it. I was that person. Remember, y'all, back in 2014, my score was trash. I couldn't get approved for anything. And so because I couldn't get approved for anything, it was really stopping me from doing what I needed to do for my family. You can't save no money for a college fund. You can't save any money for a children's future if you're strapped for cash, if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And so because I was a consumer, because all I knew how to do was throw my money away, because all I knew how to do was buy shoes and clothes and cars, the interesting thing is I didn't realize it at the time, but I valued that more than I valued my children's future. I valued shoes, I valued cars, I valued clothes, I valued all this material stuff that wasn't even putting any more money in my pocket, that wasn't even setting my children up for a strong financial future. And, I get it. We've all been there, and some of us still are. And if you are still there and you find yourself valuing material stuff more than you value your future and your family's future, then we got some work to do. We have some work to do. And so I was that person that had terrible credit. I was that person that couldn't get approved for anything. And so I decided that I wanted to make a change. I decided that I didn't want to keep living this life of financial irresponsibility. I decided that I didn't want to keep putting my children in more and more debt. So I read a book. That's what I did. I read a book. And the name of this book is The Richest Man in Babylon. Has anybody ever heard of this book before? I talk about it all the time. I rave about it all the time because that book changed my life. It helped me discover what money was truly about, what you really, truly use money for. And so I went from living paycheck to paycheck. I went from having a 545 credit score. I went from not having any money in the bank. I went from not having any investments to totally turning it all around. I finally reached the 850 credit score. I bought my first house. I'm saving a lot of money. I'm taking free trips, and I'm leveraging my credit to ultimately set myself free in people across the nation. I'm teaching them how to do the exact same thing. And so if you find that your credit scores are sick, if you're sick and tired of letting your credit scores get in the way of your future, then we're going to talk about a 3-step cure to bring those credit scores back to life. And so if you want to step into 2020 with a better financial future, if you want to step into 2020 with a full-blown credit plan that's really proven to help you succeed, then what I want you to do is I want you to drop a 720 in the comments, okay? I want you to drop a 720 in the comments. And hey, Jerisha, the reason why I want you to drop a 720 in the comments is because that 720 is going to position you to get the best of the best. That 720 is going to get you those lower rates. Those 720s are going to get you those better deals. Those 720s are going to position you so you don't have to put down deposits and extra fees, and you don't have to keep throwing your money away. The first step to really you building wealth is keeping your money in your pocket, maximizing all of your financial avenues. And so drop the 720 in the comments below, because that 720 is what's going to get you to where you want to be. It's going to get you that house. It's going to get you those lower rates. It's going to get you everything that you desire, okay? If you want to know how to do those free trips, right? We talked about how you can leverage your credit to take free trips. Well, you can do that. You just got to get yourself to 720. And so drop it in the comments. Jerisha says she's going to get to 720. Great. So you guys are going to commit to 720. And so let's talk about the 3-step cure that's going to get you to 720, okay? Because you're not going to be able to just snap your fingers and get there. If you want to get yourself to 720, there's a 3-step process that a lot of creditors and credit bureaus simply just don't want you to know about, okay? It's a 3-step process if you really want to get the more out of your credit score. So the first step is you need to start attacking any negative accounts that are on your credit. And so if you're one of those people that have collection accounts or medical bills or just stuff that's eating away at your credit scores, you gotta eliminate that, y'all. There's no way you're going to be able to build excellent credit if you have negative accounts on your credit reports. It's just not going to happen, y'all. So the first thing you got to do is you got to clean up your credit reports. Well, how do you do that? First of all, you got to write a letter. Write a letter to the credit bureau so that you can start cleaning up your credit report. Some of y'all are like, well, Jerry, I don't know how to write a letter. I don't know how to do that. That's cool. I'm going to actually teach y'all how to do that in our credit accelerator training that's happening on December 30th. So if you don't know how to write a dispute letter, if you don't know how to dispute negative items on your credit report like collections or bankruptcies or charge-offs or all that other crap, then I'm going to teach you how to do that in the Credit Accelerator Challenge. So the first thing is you got to start disputing that stuff off of your credit reports, and you got to be diligent, y'all. Let me tell you, when I had that 545 credit score, my credit was filled with my medical collections, because after I had my kids, I didn't really have the best insurance, and C-sections are really, really expensive. Having kids is expensive. And so I had medical bills out, oh my God, just everywhere. And so because of that, my credit was really struggling. And I had over $30,000 of credit card debt. Oh my God, it was terrible. And think about it. I was, paying like 20-something% of interest on that? I was throwing money away, y'all. And so I learned how to dispute negative accounts on my credit reports after I paid somebody to help me with my credit. I actually went to somebody seeking some help, trying to find out, how can I get myself from a 545 to homeowner? How can I get myself from helpless to becoming a homeowner, getting the keys to my dream home? How can I do that? Well, I caught myself hiring somebody to help me with that. Long story short, I gave that man $800 and he didn't do nothing. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. And so I learned how to do it myself. I learned how to turn lemons into lemonade. And I raised my credit scores from a 545. I reached 850. And I've really done that from learning a lot of key strategies, a lot of just, secret loopholes that a lot of people simply just don't talk about. So we're going to be talking about that in the Credit Accelerator. So the first step is, first phase, clean up your credit reports, y'all. Clean it up. Get all that negative stuff off your credit report. Start disputing it off your credit so that you can start moving into phase 2, which is rebuilding your credit. Now, a lot of people actually miss this part because they've never had credit before. They've never opened up a credit card. They've never opened up a loan. They've never had any type of lending experience. And because they haven't, they've never built a credit score before, or they're what we consider credit invisible. Now, if you're one of those people that's credit invisible, no problem. You can start building your scores right away. Now, there are couple of ways you can do this. You can open up some credit cards. You can open up a car loan. You can open up a secured credit card. You can go get some rental history. There are a lot of different ways that you can go about this. But if you've never opened up a credit card and you've never paid on a loan before, then, you're not really building any credit. You don't have any credit, so you got to start building that. because once you start getting credit cards, once you start paying them off, using them, paying them off, showing that you have a positive relationship with credit, then and only then will your scores start to reflect that. So your scores are just a representation of reporting on your credit report. So as long as you got some positive stuff going, like some credit cards and some loans, then you'll really start to build some excellent credit. So get some credit cards, my friends. Go get a couple of loans. You know, I prefer credit cards, don't get me wrong. I love my credit cards. I call them my money team. So go ahead and start building your money team by getting you some credit cards. Now, a lot of people may say, well, Jerry, I'm applying for credit cards, but I'm getting denied. That's a whole different story on it in of its own. And we're going to be talking about that in the Credit Accelerator too. So if you're getting denied, I'm going to teach you how you can turn that all around, how you can start getting approved, and how you can get approved for the best cards. Because not every credit card is created equal. We've talked about this before. If you've never been on my webinars before, we've talked about this. Like, every credit card is not created equal. So if you want to get the best credit card, they give you the best rates. They give you the 80,000 points so that you can go take about 2, 3, maybe even 4 free trips a year, so that you can really enjoy your life and really just, I guess, unlock the power of your signature. Then we're going to be talking about that. So that's phase 2, is rebuild your credit. Now, once you repair it, once you rebuild it, a lot of people, they're sitting there at 720 and they're thinking to themselves, this looks so great. This is so awesome. But what do I do about it? Like, what do I do? Well, let me tell you a story. Listen to this. When I first rebuilt my credit, when I first got myself over 700, I thought that I was doing the smart thing by investing my credit with some friends that thought they knew what they were doing. And long story short, I ended up in $32,000 of credit card debt because of it, because I was funding a fool's dream. And that fool's dream is following people that have no track record of success. And so that's exactly what I did. I found myself spending all this money, just spending all this money. And I'm like, man, I'm not getting a return on this investment. And so I use credit the stupid way versus the smart way. And yes, I have consumed on credit. I've got a closet full of shoes and clothes that can reflect that. And so I did a lot of stupid stuff with my credit. And because I did a lot of stupid stuff with my credit, it really, really hurt me big time. It really, really hurt me big time. But let me tell you, once you get yourself to 720, once you get yourself to a place where you don't have any financial worries, then I want to teach you how to leverage and live. Okay, leverage and live, meaning leverage your credit to put more money in your bank account. Leverage your credit so that you can make smart investments. Leverage your credit so that you can take free trips around the world. You can leverage your credit to do so many different things. It's absolutely amazing. Quite frankly, that's what credit was designed for anyway. It was designed for corporations. It was designed for businesses. The problem is banks discovered that they could create consumer credit, and consumer credit took off, and that's how we end up in credit card debt. So phase 1 is repair your credit. Get any negative accounts off your credit reports ASAP, because there's absolutely no way you are going to be able to have excellent credit scores. There's absolutely no way you're going to be able to get your dream home. There's no way that you're going to be able to snag those 0% interest offers. There's just no way you're going to be able to do that. So you're going to have to clean up your credit reports. You're going to have to reach out to a professional. We can help you with that, with cleaning up your credit reports. And if you want to learn how to do it, we're going to be talking about that in the Credit Accelerator program. All of my students that I'm teaching this to have significantly increased their credit scores. One of my recent students, Joanne, she used the strategies that we teach in the Credit Accelerator. She came to me and she said, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting stuck with the worst. And she got started. She started implementing all the strategies, and she took her scores up 225 points, y'all, in 90 days. And she's doing the damn thing. She's getting approved on the spot. She's getting approved for the best deals. She's getting approved for the best offers. And it just really started with a decision. And so all you got to do is decide, do I want better credit? And decide, what would your life look like if you had better credit scores, right? What would you do? What would you do if you had better credit scores? Would you go get approved for that dream home? You know, the one that's on the corner with the big kitchen and a 2-car garage where you could probably fit a third one in there in the corner. The one with the big living room where you can spend more time with your family. Is that what you want? Because you can definitely have it. All you got to do is work on your credit. Or maybe you want to just watch with gleaming excitement, right? As you watch your bank account grow because you're not paying out all this money and fees and interest rates. Or maybe you want to go hit up some exotic islands. Me and my mom, we took a trip to Hawaii. Me and my friends took a trip to Hawaii, and we did it for free. You can do it for free. There's so many benefits to having good credit, but you just got to ask yourself, what would your life look like if you had better credit scores? Like, just think about it. And if you really want to do that, then you can legally steal my methods, okay? So that you can massively improve your credit scores right now. You can start getting instant approvals. You can do all of that. And you can do that in my live credit accelerator training. Now, the live credit accelerator training is going to be happening on the 30th. So the 30th is what, like 2 weeks from now? So if you want to get in on that training, then you need to do that, because we're going to do a deep dive on all of these strategies so that you can learn how to craft a must-read and can't ignore type of dispute letter that can skyrocket your credit scores, so that you can learn how to delete that bad credit, so that you can learn how to build those 720 credit scores. I'm talking so fast, right? Like, faster than you can say Jimmy John's, y'all. Like, that's the way you're going to be able to do it, because at the end of the day, we're ending a decade, y'all. We're going into 2020. And when I think about, what that last decade looked for me, when I really look back at it, when you look back at it, what does it reflect? Because for the last 10 years, y'all, 5 of it, I was struggling. 5 of it, I was living paycheck to paycheck. 5 of it, I was working at a job, overworked, underpaid, and I couldn't spend time with my family, nor take trips, or even help people change their lives. And so after that 5 years of being tired of being sick and tired, I made a change. In the last 5 years, I've been able to fix my credit. I've been able to change my life, and I've been able to help other people do that exact same thing. And so you can just make a decision. And once you make a decision, it can totally transform the trajectory of your entire lifestyle, not only for you, but for your children and for your children's children. Because at the end of the day, right, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about what can we leave for the people that we love? What can we leave for the people that love us? And what is it really worth, right? What is it really worth to you? And so you can jump in on the Credit Accelerator, $67, and you'll be able to get in on my live training. It's going to be a 1 hour, more like 2 hour live training. And you're going to get 4 extra bonus trainings. So all the things that we talk about with raising your credit scores and going to get approved, I'm going to give you a database of credit cards that you can go get approved for right away. So if you're like, Jerry, I can't get approved, I'm going to give you a database so you can plug and play your way to good credit. I'm going to give you some dispute letters so you can plug and play your way to good credit. I'm also going to give you a lot of other extra bonuses. So you're going to learn how to borrow good credit, right? You're going to have to borrow good credit, get good credit reporting on your credit in the next 30 days. You're going to be able to get my 6 undeniable credit tips so that you'll never get denied again. And you're going to learn how to cash in on your credit so that you can grow your income effortlessly. And so that's going to be going down on December 30th. Okay, that's my last credit training of the decade. The last credit training of the decade. And so I'm really, really excited to see all of the stories that are going to come out of this, all the stories of people that are going to be hitting the ground running in 2020, right? In 2020, you're going to hit the ground running with a complete plan on how you're going to get to 720 credit scores, how you're going to save that money, how you're going to buy that house, how you're going to get the best of the best, because I want to see y'all change your story. I want to see you grow into something bigger, something better, something where when you look back a year from now, you say, damn, my life is so different. My life is so different now. Me and my grandmother, we were talking the other day. She just turned 81 on the 7th of this month. She just turned 81. And I'll drop the link for y'all. It's flycredit.com/credit-accelerator. And so y'all can jump in on that for $67. That's it. It's live. It is going to be recorded, so you will get instant access to the recording. And I'm going to give you 4 bonus trainings. So you're going to get 4 bonus trainings on top of that, only for $67. So I went ahead and dropped that link below for you guys. So you can check that out. Get signed up. I'm only having 50 seats open for this one because last time I did it, we had 100 people in there, and it was just honestly a little too overwhelming for me and even everybody that was in there. And I want to make sure that I'm able to get everybody's questions answered. I want to make sure that we're able to have a more intimate type of group. so that we can learn together, right? So we can have more of an experience together rather than having a big crowd of people. So I'm limiting this one to only 50. So if you want to get in on that, you need to get on that ASAP, because that is not going to last long. I know it's not, but I'm giving you the opportunity to get in on that. But at the end of the day, y'all, okay, at the end of the day, you can totally change your life. And once you learn what I'm going to teach you, you'll be able to teach the people that you know. You'll be able to teach the people that you love. You'll be able to teach the people that love you, the people that really matter. Because it doesn't matter what Joe, Susan, and Bill is. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Remember when I was talking about my grandmother, she just turned 81, right? And she and I were talking, and I asked her, I said, well, Grandma, what is one thing that you learned, right, out of all things you've learned in your 81 years of living? Do you know what she told me? She told me that time waits for nobody. She told me time waits for nobody. And so I thought about it. I'm like, man, Grandma, right. Time don't wait for nobody. Like, even when I think back 10 years back, my life is a blur. You know, you ever look back at your life, the life that you used to live, you're like, man, what kind of life was I living? I was working overnight. I hardly had time for my kids. I hardly had any energy to spend time with them. I was working from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. It was a mess. And I hated my life. I hated it. But I was too scared to take action. I was too scared of making a change. I was too scared of making a mistake. I was too scared of being the only one. Y'all, my father died when I was 11. I was 11 years old when my father passed away. And my father left us a lot of debt. He left us in a lot of, financial circumstances that weren't very ideal. But I tell you what, he died in debt. He died in debt because he was chasing a financial future that he wanted for us. He died in debt because he was trying to do something different, something that the people around him didn't know nothing about either, right? The people around him didn't know about credit. The people around him didn't know about budgeting. The people around him didn't know anything about managing money responsibly either. And so he was chasing a dream of financial success. And he died on that journey. And so I'm trying to position my children so that they never have to endure any of that. I'm trying to position my children so that they can hit the ground running. Because what would your life have been like if your parents would have taught you about credit? What would your life have been like if your parents had taught you about how to manage money? How would your life look like if your parents would have taught you the meaning of money? Well, if you want to learn the meaning of money, pick up the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. And if you want to learn how to improve your credit and drastically improve your lifestyle, then sign up for the Credit Accelerator. All you got to do is head on over to flycredit.com/credit-accelerator. Okay. Credit-accelerator, because I'm going to dive into those 3 phases. We're going to talk about how to repair your credit. We're going to talk about how to rebuild your credit. And we're going to talk about how you can leverage and live, how you can get more out of life, all by improving your credit scores. So I love you all, my friends. I definitely do. Share this video with some people that you know love, the people that you know need some information so they can hit 2020 with a better credit plan, so that they can start getting the cure, right? Get the cure to better credit so that they don't keep robbing you blind, so that they don't keep, stealing that money out your bank accounts and interest rates and fees. Because at the end of the day, you deserve better. You deserve better. You know you deserve better. You just haven't taken the steps to getting it. You just haven't taken the steps towards action, towards motion. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I'm here to tell you that you can have 720 credit scores. I'm here to tell you that you can make it happen. It's just a matter of, do you really want it? Or do you want to keep buying shoes? Do you want to keep buying clothes? Do you want to keep buying stuff that's not generating anything for your future? It's a decision that you're going to have to make. But I'm here when you are ready to make the decision to take those steps forward. So I love you all, my friends. Share this video with some people that you know, the people that you trust. And I'll be back next time with some great info. So bye, y'all. See y'all next time. And again, join us over flycredit.com, credit-accelerator. So you can join in on that. You can get it on my live training, the last one of 2020. So happy Tuesday, my friends. I will see y'all next time. Bye.